Thank you, Jennifer. Hi, I am Sean Luangrath. I'm one of the advisors. I get to present up here. Jeremy had asked me to come up and share a few thoughts about my experience, but I am truly grateful to be up here on the stage. To me, this is probably the closest I'll ever be to being a rock star, is sharing the stage with the national parks. So let's get a round of applause to the national parks. I see these toys here. I kind of envision myself as like the Edge, on U2, the guitarist, like his filters. So closest I'll ever be to being a rock star. So I also want to give a warm round of applause to the Volcanic team, Jeremy, Jennifer, the whole team that have done this really, really awesome investor dinner. So a round of applause to the Volcanic team. This is probably the best barn I've ever been in. So this is like really legit. So. Like I said, I'm Sean Luangrath. I'm the CEO of a consumer clean tech products company called Energy here in Orem, Utah. Jeremy had asked me to come and share some of my experiences about brand, retail, tech. That's kind of my background. The theme of my presentation and what I wanted to share is data is currency, or data is valuable. This is basically what I've learned in the past 3 decades in my career in Silicon Valley and in tech startups. Data is valuable. I'll take you back to my first kind of career. I actually graduated from BYU, Provo. This is late '99. Go Cougars. My first job actually was with a company called EDS. For those that are out here, Ross Perot was the CEO. Now they're actually known as HP. They were acquired by HP. But after a year with EDS, I actually joined a company called PeopleSoft. And that actually was the building that my office was in. But they were acquired by Oracle. And what I learned at my tenure at PeopleSoft and Oracle is that data is valuable. This is like in the 99, late 90s, early 2000s. I was actually part of a team that actually took data from every corner of the company and gave it to the sales reps when they would go out and make sales calls to our potential customers. We call it 360-degree view. So we took data from our CRM, customer relationship management. We took cases that customers had logged in our help desk. We took bills that they owe us from the accounts receivable. We took data that they logged in the marketing system, and we put it all on a report. And when the sales reps were about to go and visit the customer, they actually printed out this report. And they didn't have smartphones back then. They had to print out a report. But they were armed with data as they went and visited the customers. And this data was powerful. It allowed them to understand the whole relationship that PeopleSoft and Oracle had with the customers and allowed them to make a difference. So you can see there, basically, it's all about data. And that's what I learned. And the project that we did was so cutting edge that sales magazines would come and do stories on us and what we did. So this is actually cutting edge. Fast forward a little bit, I actually went and after a couple of stints in China in a startup, another educational toy company called Leapfrog, I actually joined Apple. And at that time, it was a dream come true to go and work at Apple. And at that point, actually Steve Jobs was still there. This was actually the Steve Jobs that was a little bit frail because he was recovering from his illness. But nevertheless, I was at Apple and I was part of a team inside Apple. We were like the management consultants within Apple. We would install systems within Apple and help them implement systems. And you would think that a company like Apple, billion-dollar company, they would have their stuff together, right? But this multi-billion-dollar company was running their business on Excel, okay? On Excel. And data was in this person's laptop and that person's laptop and redundant and all that stuff. And we help them take all that data and put it into a system. And then, you would think that a company like Apple knows the value of data. They do, but they didn't know how to put it all together and put it in one place and make use of it. So I helped them actually implement a project that brought all of this data to a very nice visualized platform. And we deployed that to all of the sales organization in the iPhone business. The head of iPhone sales paid us a compliment when he said he was actually in a meeting with the head of Orange, which is the telecom in Europe, in France, I believe, France. He was sitting and negotiating with the head of iPhone sales at Orange, and that head of sales at Orange was actually telling him stories about the data, like about how many units they were selling, and actually the head of EVP of sales at Apple busted out his iPhone reporting thing and just flipped around and did the visualization and showed him, look, no, you're not telling me the right information. I have the current information, and what you're telling me is wrong. So you need to, just shape up. And that's the power of data. That is the power of data. We also actually, on the bottom right-hand corner there, you'll see that's also data visualization. This is kind of like another claim to fame. Like, I'm a rock star already, but here's my other claim to fame. So that software right there is called Corda, C-O-R-D-A. Corda is the precursor to Domo. You guys know Domo off the side of the freeway? So Josh James was super impressed with Corda because they were in Apple, and I worked on that project to get Corda into Apple, and that's why Josh basically worked with Corda and then made it Domo. So the power of data is so important, which is why, what I'm working on now is a startup, is a clean tech consumer products. We basically have taken a home solar system, shrunk it down into a box, and we make it a consumer product. Our ultimate goal is to actually have that box be smart enough to capture data and actually collect it and play it back to you. So again, we believe that data is important. Even a consumer product that helps with energy, we want to collect all that data and play it back to the customer, to the end user, and also actually aggregate that data and help utilities, help other companies with that data. So we believe in the power of data, which is why I'm so excited and proud to be on the advisory board of Volcanic. So I met Jeremy in the early days when Jennifer and Jeremy were doing their consulting at Anthill. So they actually helped us when we first started, Energy started, and we were doing trade shows like outdoor retailers. We were at CES, those type of things where those were the days when you walk the floor, you talk to buyers, or you hope that buyers came to you. And we work with Anthill to actually access his Rolodex of all these buyers. And I was thinking, wow, I'm so lucky that I get to work with Jeremy and his extensive knowledge of all of the buyers. It's like, how about all the other brands? How about all of the other technology companies out there who needs to go and access these guys? You should probably do something about that. Hence, Volcanic. That is the power of what Volcanic is. Based on what I've seen in my experience, what Volcanic is doing is actually doing what all those other companies are doing with data, making it valuable and make it ubiquitous for all of the brands. I see Volcanic disrupting this whole kind of old school, walking the floor, walking the trade shows, and that's why I see and know that Volcanic is going to disrupt this industry, and they're going to truly be the unicorn. And so I'm proud to be part of the team to help them share and actually emphasize the power of data. So that's kind of my experience, my background. I want to thank everyone for allowing me to be up here and share my insights. I think this is, Volcanic is got a really bright, future, and hopefully tonight you'll be able to see that and, participate in the WeFunder equity crowdfunding page. Thank you very much.